Hello my friends, welcome to another exciting Legacy of the Void modded campaign. Today we are going to be playing, what is it called? The Last of the Firstborn, a Legacy of the Void crew mod, made by Dragonstorm 247. This is a spiritual sequel to the Hyperion crew mod from Wings of Liberty, but for Legacy of the Void, not made by Orca Warrior, but made by someone inspired by it with permissions. So we are going to take a look at exactly what's going on here and see how it works. Now, I don't know too much about Dragonstorm's modding. I don't know what mods he's made before or if he's made any. However, I'm going to go in it with a bunch of positivity, and any feedback that we give is exactly that. It is feedback. It is not criticism. It's not saying this is bad. It's saying that sometimes, you know, we've played a lot of mods. We have a lot of perspectives. And in case things need some tweaking to be a little bit more smooth or something like that, we will give that in a non-hostile way. All right, he said that every cutscene can be skipped because they're all the base cutscenes. So what do we got here? Close quarters defense. The Zealot takes 50% less damage from melee attacks. So we got the upgrade just like Hyperion crew mod. That's exciting. The Whirlwind Zealot is actually good. We have no way to get our Zealot Naki. Hardened Shield ability for the Immortal and Enhanced Phase Reactor. Blinking Cloaks for 3 seconds. So there's a bunch of different upgrades. What do I want to get here? I feel like I want to get Close Quarters Defense for a lot of my Zealots right now. That seems like it'd be pretty good. Do we have exactly enough to get it for everybody? I think we do. I like that. That's the type of smoothness that I find very exciting in mods. So these guys should be pretty darn good then. I don't know how the crew stuff is going to work for ire. I don't know if you're just like committing yourself, or I'm really interested because Legacy of the Void is much more like the Protoss work differently. And to me, that says things are going to be a little bit tougher to make a crew mod for. You can't just have Steve the vehicle pilot for everything, because that's not how Protoss work in the lore. We have 100, 200, what do we want to get? I don't think I need any of this stuff. The fact that we didn't get any Colossus kind of concerns me. Though we do have these super zealots, and I guess we're just soaking up the happiness there. Look at how little damage they take from that Ultralisk. That's fantastic. The melee damage tends to be the thing that completely gets the Ire Zealots, so I like that idea. So what I have a feeling that the way it's going to work is that this mission is going to be fairly normal because it's a no-build mission, and then we'll figure out the mechanics of the crew mod after we get into mission number 2. Because that's where we actually start to get building stuff. Things goes down to a relatively low tech level. It's where you're supposed to learn. So the reason that I'm not upgrading these Immortals or these Stalkers is because they're not the ones that are taking damage. I'm kind of just trying to focus on the things that are actually getting hit, because it's all defensive upgrades at this point. It's not like the Immortal is going to be better as a backline firepower guy with what he gets. Because the Immortal's always been kind of weird in that role, where it is truly beefy, but it's in the back. Particularly when it's combined with Zealots. Or even Sentries, because Sentries often have shorter range. I'll get one of them, though. So we blink it, and it's cloaked for 3 seconds. That seems amazing. That's so good. I'm not seeing any money pickups here. I'm going to guess that the base has some money to work with. Oh. Left a guy. Right, here we go. Oh, no. Can we get Hardened Shield? No, we can't. This guy's going to soak a bunch of Banes for me. That guy's going to soak 3 Banes for me. Hey, 3 is better than nothing. Oh, it was 2. Nope. Okay. That part could have gone pretty badly, you know? Blink him back. Slap him around. Oh, no, I didn't want... Wait, they just won. All right, get him back so that we can take down the Mutalisks.
Annihilate it. We strike
Save him.
as one.
Nice.
This hive cluster has fallen. Continue on, brothers.
Acquire my skills.
But whoop. And let's go. Whoops. Get some more of those shield upgrades. We have so many zealots. It is not the big brain Daylon composition. I feel like they went for, this is the holding your rapid fire warp in key and realizing you spent all your minerals button. Alright, here's the third bonus objective.
May the Kala guide our blades.
We just target down the heavy things with the Immortals, particularly because we don't have those Colossus, so it's pretty good to do.
Only one remains, my warriors.
I don't think I'm missing any of the money here. I am missing a little bit of gas, though. I regret getting that cloak upgrade for one guy. Just a little short. Actually, it's more than that. There's always going to be some that are going to be vulnerable. Blink a Rooney. Are there more Niduses? No.
The second warp conduit is activating now.
And let's go over to that fourth bonus objective that has no value. Because often, I mean, I guess we're getting more than we lose from the bonus objectives, but I know in the base game it's pretty easy to just lose more than you get from them. But when you have this many spin lots that are actually good, yeah, that's pretty efficient, isn't it?
You speak truly, Zeratul. An unseen hand moves them. We must
Get
be
'em.
on guard.
I'm really excited to see what all the various crew upgrades are for the individual units. That's very exciting to me.
The final hive.
Maybe it's that every, like, unit type... How is this going to work? There's a lot of different ways the crew stuff could be done in this mod that would be very interesting. I was thinking, like, maybe instead of just crew, you have various zealot types that you can work with, so you have, like, 15 zealot guys that can be one of the three. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something to do with the fact that Protoss is part robotic, part not. There's so many different ways it can be approached. Oh, it feels good. Just blending hybrid. This is how it should be. Oh, that's a full man. We gotta take him down. Vitamix that nerd. Alright, let's head over to mission number 2, not episode number 2. Because we always do the first 2 missions inside of the first episode. I already like it. I really like the individual upgrade thing. It's a system that I enjoy. Particularly when you can get those overarching upgrades as well. I don't know, I think it's really cool. Having elite troops is fun. You really get to care about them. So this is the last time that I'll repeat this, but I was told that I can skip all the cutscenes because nothing has changed. Let's blink to regen a little bit of shields. We have the ability to get 2 stabilizers. I'm not sure that I need them at this point, though. Because turning 2 of my guys cloaked seems like a really good way to lose my other... Is this something? No. Cannot teleport to that location. Yeah, making 2 of my guys cloaked seems like a great way to sacrifice my 3rd guy. Particularly when it's Zerglings, who do tear through Stalkers pretty darn quickly, don't they? Let's see how this goes. It should be fine with the shield regeneration. Yeah, not a problem. Usually we don't have this upgrade until we're done with Ire. So this is a nice little burst of power here. I do think that I'm going to try to go like Cloak Stalker energy.
The Templar Station.
Because it's fun. I always do that. Always queue up that first worker. I mean, it's correct thing to do, like having that as your snap memory. But I always do it. Even though you're supply blocked. Alright, we got a little bit of moolah. These guys back over, keep everybody safe, and let's start making some stalkers. So these take, okay, available warriors 35, available striders 72. Reach the Templar base. Interesting, so instead of using the physical crew, like the Hyperion crew mod does, this uses a resource system over here. That is a fascinating way to do it. A lot of the complaints that people had of the Hyperion crew mod is that the crew themselves were annoying to micromanage. And it does make sense that the race that is teleporting is not going to have their crew on the field, right? Particularly once you get to the Spear of Adun, it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. Makes a lot more sense for the Terran, who needs, you know, people to actually be there. So I think I like that system. I still hope that it's a little bit more complicated than just Striders and Zealots and that kind of stuff, maybe some overlap. I would love to see, for example, the Purifiers having like network bandwidth or something. You know what I mean? Like you can have a certain number of Purifiers and then of whatever type, maybe based on supply or cost or something like that. That would be really cool. There's so much design space here. Okay, we're gonna take this down. Finish that off. Careful. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of guys. I should probably get the cloak upgrade soon. Oh, that was too much damage. Alright, let's get this gas geyser and see how things are going. There could also be like faction-based stuff, you know? So instead of just being brain... It's hard to say because this is before we get the factions. Like what if... Oh, there's so much... Oh, it's so interesting. Like what if it was 57 Tal'Darim warriors join your force? Or... Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just really pumped. I'm really excited. There's so many different ways this could be, and I keep saying that, I know. But I'm just excited. I love it. Alright, we're going to be hit by this attack. Gotta be careful. Just make sure that we have a good little wall here. The cloak should mean that blinking is a lot safer. That is something that I'm looking towards right here. Really, it is gas that I am limited by. As I said, I don't want to spend much time with an army that is only partially cloaked. Seems like a bad idea. Ooh. All right. That's not what I was hoping for. Yeah, look at that. Everybody but one cloaked. That's not good. Alright, let's move forward. Be careful of the detectors. We have to be cognizant of them. And just try to not lose anything. Because these guys are pretty expensive at this point. Yeah, that is 50% more than a normal stalker. But I should be able to babysit them very well. Because the Zealot costs gas to upgrade as well as the Stalker, the ratios are all off, which means that I do have to make more Zealots than normal, which I'm actually fine with. I think that's nice, because normally, one of the things that I would criticize about the design of these initial missions are that Stalkers are way better than Zealots, and you can afford to just only make Stalkers. But now the gas-heavy nature of them means that you're going to float those extra minerals, so you should probably be grabbing a nice, properly divided set of things. I have to be careful with these Zealots, though. I do not want to lose them. I wonder if the number of like warriors and striders that I have has anything to do with the last mission. That would be really cool. But it is 4 ire, so I'm not... Oh, gosh. Not entirely sure. Okay, this guy's retiring. That is another interesting thing that we have to think about. There's no actual healing in Legacy of the Void, is there? Our troops have no ability to regenerate their hit points unless they are mechanical, and we get the repair beam stuff. That's pretty rough. I'm trying to make sure that I keep my... Look at the warrior count. It's actually very low. Like, the number of striders that we have is nice, but not really that good for the zealots, and they are the #1 at risk of death unit. I actually don't want this chronode. I know this sounds weird, but I want them all to come out at the same time in case they get, like, attacked somehow. You know, like an attack wave slips by, something bad happens. I don't want them trickling out one by one. I think this is pretty safe. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. Get you guys back. Now, what do we have? We can always use the stalkers to scout. Just figure out what's going on. There is a Colossus there. I don't want to engage that with the Zealots until the Colossus is gone. So we're going to blink under while cloaked and take it out. Nice. That was awesome. I'm already really liking the additional tactics that exist because of these unit upgrades. Now, I do believe that we should be able to move with the entire army here. It's not going to be too risky until the final little base. Probably want to wait for that blender cooldown. Here's a big reinforcement group. Alright, let's pull this Ultralisk. And try to pull the one that's damaged out. That worked great. Alright, just a little bit more to deal with. You three guys need to go home. Oh, one died. Not the end of the world. But, you know, not the happiest thing either. Oh, save him. Retreat him. One thing that would be really nice, it makes sense that we don't have it here, but maybe in the future, is a warp out button. Like, a button that does nothing but removes the unit from the game. You know, sends it back home. Maybe you have to be in a power field to do it, but it frees up the supply. Because we're definitely going to have a nice little hospital ward over here eventually. Of course, maybe we'll be eventually able to turn them into Dragoons. Don't know. We'll see. Let's just make sure that we have everything upgraded for this final strike. And we're going to keep the Zealots in the back once again. And be prepared to go. You guys, your Zealots in the back.
Executor Solendis, I have encountered your missing Templar, but they have been...
I don't want to attack up the ramp, so taking down some of those guys first, and now going up the ramp should be pretty safe. Actually, I have cloaked stalkers. Let us try to utilize that fact. Okay, this was a bad idea. The Immortals hit very hard. Actually, this is fine. Yeah. We drew everything off. It let the Zealots get up really easily. We lost a couple of the Striders, but we were going to lose some stuff anyway. And we kept a better balance. Because we have so many of the Striders available, but we don't have. Oh, do we get a Strider for every time a Zealot dies? Do we get a Strider for every time... Okay. No way.
My mind is being consumed.
I didn't think about that. How many Striders do we have? 66.
You are alone.
Do we get a Strider every time a Zealot dies? Because that would make sense. Interesting. Oh, I hope that's the case. That would be so cool. I love that idea. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Don't die, don't die. We need you. Yeah, go that way.
Fury
Thank you.
and rage.
We're stealthy. Here, get the cloak. I'm gonna have to go. Could someone, like, in the comments just look? Because that just the thought crossed my mind as soon as I finished the mission and couldn't check. But that would make so much sense. Alright, guys, that is going to be the end of episode number 1 of the Spear of a Crew mod, or whatever it's called. The last of the Firstborn. There we go. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow with episode 2. Peace.